That's not terrible. It's kind of close, I guess.
Kinda. I would say so. You're a little bit lighter than that, but you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't really go... Oops. No! And this is the part where I edit it all out. Oh, come on.
Oh no!
All of it is gone. All of it.
Soiled it.
Soiled it. Soiled it.
Oh my god.
I cannot believe I just did that. Don't mess this up, self. Don't you do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Okay. There. Done. Okay. Compare pictures. Looks good. Okay. Don't touch anything else. Finalize.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Bengham Shepherd. Origin Spacer. Reputation Sole Survivor. Class Infiltrator. Alright.
Sounds good to me.
Accept. And muting myself. Because I know there's a cutscene.
Identification confirmed.
Or not. Yet. It will be. Okay, I'm gonna need subtitles on this and autosave. Okay, yeah. Now I'm muting myself.
Well, what about Shepard? He's a spacer, lived aboard starships most of his life.
Military service runs in the family. Both his parents were in the Navy.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Mass Effect. There it is. The beauty.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in
This game is
range.
definitely ahead of its time.
Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander.
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Board is green.
Bengham Shepherd.
Approach run has begun.
Mangum Shepherd.
Watch this.
Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check.
Oh, yeah, that
Internal
was pretty
emission
sick.
sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead, so that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
So, first dialogue choice. oh, what am I gonna be? Am I gonna be a good Paragon and say, oh yeah, I agree with you, Joker? Or cut the chatter and be a renegade? Or you can go, you know, the neutral middle ground just to, you know, progress the story. But yeah, that's typically how these things go. Good is up, down is bad. But yeah, I'm actually gonna go with, I agree.
They don't send
Okay.
specters on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Yeah, and...
Great. You pissed the captain off, and now I'm going to pay for it.
Don't blame me. The captain's always in a bad mood.
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Yep, and I tend to bounce around between Paragon and Renegade as my mood demands.
Okay.
Fun fact, the voice of Joker is also the voice of Chris from Family Guy.
Oh.
Yeah, Seth Green, I believe his name is.
Oh, him. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go to some classic Codex readings. So, Alliance Councils, Humanity and the Systems. Let's open this.
Roughly 1,200 years.
Not that one yet. This one.
The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
So yeah, for primary Codex entries, you actually get a voiceover. For secondary stuff, you do not. So
That's pretty sick.
yeah, and this guy is actually consistent throughout the entire series, which is awesome. Now we get to read about what that alien was that we just saw.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
So yeah, first little bit. And if I can get this thing out of there. Okay,
Very
there.
cool.
Personal history and summary for this character. Alright. Both of my parents were in the Alliance military. Childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting. Following your parents' footsteps, you enlist at the age of 18. One of your first missions was an expedition to investigate Akuz, a lush world on the outskirts of Alliance space that had suddenly dropped out of contact. Arriving on the surface, My patrol found the settlement intact, but there were no survivors. At nightfall, the Thresher Maws struck, mindless abominations of teeth and tentacle that rose from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire didn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planets commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity paid as they spread throughout the stars. So yeah, that's a little bit more on what exactly happened to the sole survivor background. It has a lot more relevance than you might think, but that's for later. So yeah.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, man. I'm on the Alliance timeline. All right. 2069, Armstrong Outpost in the Shackleton Crater becomes the first human settlement on Luna. It is formally found on July 24th, the 100th anniversary of the first lunar landing. 2103, Lowell City in Eos Chasma becomes the first human settlement on Mars. 2137, Eldfeld Ashland Energy Corporation demonstrates helium-3 fuel extraction from the atmosphere of Saturn. 2142, construction of Gagarin Station, Jump 0, begins beyond the orbit of Pluto. 2148, prospectors discover the Prothean ruins as Prothea Planum on Mars. Even I have trouble pronouncing that one. 2147, translation of the Prothean data leads humans to the Charon Mass Relay, Systems Alliance founded to coordinate exploration and colonization of extrasolar worlds. 2151, a shipping accident at a Singapore International Spaceport exposes downwind communities to containers of dust form element 0. Alliance begins construction of Arcturus Station. 2152, roughly 30% of the children born in Singapore after element 0 exposure suffer from cancerous growths. Systems Alliance begins settlement of Earth's first extrasolar colony world, the planet Demeter. 2154, Commander Shepard is born. 2155, Systems Alliance occupies completed portions of Arcturus Station as a headquarters. 2156, some children of Singapore exhibit minor telekinetic abilities. 2157, Turians encounter human explorers. First Contact War. Occupation and liberation of the human colony of Shang-Chi. 2158, humans learn potential of biotics. An international effort to track element 0 exposures begins. Roughly 10% of exposed children show some level of biotic ability. 2160, Systems Alliance Parliament formed. 2165, humans establish embassy on Citadel. 2170, Batarian slavers attack the Alliance colony of Minduar. That's us. 2176, Skillian Blitz. Pirates and slavers attack Elysium, the human capital in the Skillian Verge. I believe that is the, yeah, I think that's gonna be the Ruthless background, if I'm correct.
The Skillian Verge sounds pretty sick.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of crazy things because pretty much all of the Milky Way galaxy has been mapped. So there's like sections named after certain things.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're gonna see it soon. Okay. 2177. Thresher Maws devour the Alliance colony of Akuz. That's us. 2178. In retaliation for the Skillian Blitz, an Alliance fleet wipes out an army of slavers on the moon of Torfin. Oh wait, no. Torfin was the Ruthless one. The Skillian Blitz was the War Hero one. Okay, I got it backwards. And then 2183 is the current date.